Hi, beautiful humans. We're going to take a look at, in this reading, what you are not seeing about your situation, about a particular part of your life or your world, about a relationship or a person, about a project you're working on, whatever wants to come through in the cards for you all. That's what we're doing in this reading. Welcome to this channel. My name is Erica. I do pick a card readings on here, so I just shuffled. I got 4 cards. I'm going to turn them over. All you need to do is to look at them and to feel which one you are most drawn to, just intuitively, psychically, a nudge. And then once you know that, head to the timestamp. It'll fast forward you to messages that I always intend from your guides to be very helpful for you. So group 1, we have vacuum away fear. Group 2, Archangel Michael. Group 3, Sacral Chakra. And group 4, Crown Chakra. So I'm going to straighten the cards because I have to, because otherwise I'll go insane. But you guys, trust the nudge, trust your notion. Head to the timestamp. We're going to be taking a look at what you are not seeing right now in your situation. So yeah, fast forward. I'll see you there in your messages. Hi, beautiful humans. In group 1, you guys were drawn to this vacuum away fear card. These are your messages about what you are not seeing in your situation. I know right away that it has a lot to do with like the option or the solution. Like very simply put, I'm gonna get to the tarot because I don't want to like intuit too much and have the tarot say words better. But I feel as if there's like a very easy, very light, very healthy, very good like solution to your problem or your issue right now, and that's what you're not seeing. So hello, tarot energy, let's get that solution. Let's see it. Your card, it says call upon archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. I feel as if that last part of this statement is what's going on, and that's what's clouding the issues because there's so much fear-based energy, and it's like choking. I'm hearing choking hazard. Like it's sucking up all of the air in the room, and it's making it so that nobody can think any differently than that fear energy of I need to protect, I need to exclude, I can't trust anyone, I can't connect with them, I need to control everything. Stuff like that, it feels like is what's going on in your situation. In some kinds of fashions, whether conscious or subconscious. But Archangels Michael and Raphael, it feels as if there's a more heart-held path, a more healing path, and one that feels like it's actually safe without having to put effort or energy into it. Like when you feel safe and it's easy, like you're aligned with it. It doesn't feel like you're feeling safe because you have the weapons and the borders and the fence, and you're doing all the things to put all your energy into ensuring that you have the weapons and the borders and the fence. But okay, let's get to your tarot and see a bit more. We have the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and isn't this the energy that it feels like we're calling on here? What you're not seeing is this very, very childlike, like serving of the inner child kind of energy solution for everyone involved. You're not seeing the one that is healthy, like what would be healthiest for your inner child, all children involved, children just in general, like the innocent, most purest hearted place inside of us. What's that solution? Okay, let's see what your tarot want to say about this. We have the Page of Wands. Look at that. I'm sorry, there's like huge magnifying glass energy here, isn't there? Okay. I feel like there's this kind of vibe of if you are being called to do something that is like an adventure, or you're being invited to go somewhere or do something like a trip, a little bit wild, touching on your wild nature. And I'm going to say for quite a few of you, expressing your sexuality in a way that feels like it's outside of your norm, not necessarily dangerous, but outside of your norm. This might be the clue for you. This might be the key for like, Yeah, go down that road. It's going to show you a thing or two. Then we have the Magician. Yeah, okay, so yeah, go down that road. It's going to show you a thing or two. Genuinely, I feel like down that road is where you're going to find what is available for you to be able to manifest in this moment. We also have the Devil. That is very much what you're dealing with. That's very much what you're taking on. I feel like everybody involved in your situation, for the most part, they just have a whole lot of locking and limitation and that kind of mentality of how do we provide through coercing each other? How do we provide through controlling and dominating kind of energy? And then we have the Knight of Pentacles and then the Four of Swords. Okay. Basically, what you're not seeing, what I feel like very, very simply put with all of these cards is, oh, they're not straight, or they're not evenly spaced. Yeah, what you're not seeing is basically that, like we said with this Page of Wands, it really, really, really feels like, very simply put, if you have anything in your world right now that is inviting you to break out of what is normal, especially what is inviting you to break out of normal systems, normal institutions. I keep hearing like normal things of logic. I keep hearing those words of logic. Like helping you touch into something that's more innate, more animalistic, more pure, more wild inside of you. Whatever that invitation is for you in your reality, go there, do it, explore it further, investigate, spend some time there with that energy and see what there is there, because it's in that you're going to find the solution to kind of decode and unlock everything. And what I feel like the solution holds are two key qualities and two key values. Okay, are you ready for them? This is big. I'm like, you guys need to hear this. This is big. Before we get to your next cards, Knight of Pentacles and Four of Swords. If you guys aren't tarot nerds like me and you don't do tarot, I want to say like go ahead and give them a Google or talk a lot with AI, your chatbot, a lot about what these energies and these archetypes symbolize, because those are the two things that I think you're going to find. And I think that those are the two things that are the solution for your situation. Knight of Pentacles, of course, move slower. Give things more time. Express things with more air between sentences. Listen more and wait till you know you are heard more. There are more details involved. So everything about moving slower and not trying to do the quickest, most forceful action to think that that will solve the issue. That's not what will solve the issue. It has this Knight of Pentacles, care-driven mode of, I want to do this well. That means I have to pay attention to all the details. That means you do too, whoever else is involved in your situation. And that means we got to move a little bit slower, maybe a whole lot slower, because there's so much involved here. And I'm not going to exclude anything at all. It's a very sustainability ethic kind of a thing going in your material world. This is Pentacles, so it's dealing with your material world. It's doing an alignment with like values of a system that is supportive and supporting for you and everyone involved material world wise. That's like your time, your physical space, your money, your energy. We gotta move slower with all of those things to ensure that nobody is taken advantage of and nobody fears being taken advantage of. It's that kind of stuff. And then Four of Swords. We will do no harm. It's peace treaty, peace accords. It's like allied nations. It's like straight up that kind of a vibe. We are only going to do the peaceful path, and it feels like just maintain a consistency with that objective. And these two energies are parts, very big parts of your solution. I will not do the war kind of a thing. I will not take you down, and I will not figure out how to put all of my energy into protecting myself from you taking me down. It's all that kind of mentality. And I don't want to spend too much more time in your reading tarot geeking out about these two energies. That's why I recommended, going into greater detail. And also, especially if you're working with a chat bot, you can include some more of your situation information in there with AI so that you can be like, okay, Erica, Undo Your Tarot said Knight of Pentacles and Four of Swords. My situation is this. How does this apply? These archetypes, these energies. Okay, let's do some more cards. We have Winter, take care of your needs. It is so much about slowing down again. And then also, it really feels as if the very first step is a call out with this Page of Wands. Why did I say 9 of Wands? I think I channeled that Freudian slip wise. I think you guys are pretty exhausted or pretty near burnout. So then when it comes to the energy that it takes to fight a battle and to fight war, your guys are like, Winter, take care of your needs. Do the very thing that you know would satisfy at least one of your needs right now. That's a little bit like what we were saying with the Page of Wands. And then we have Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Like we were saying, these are the first 2 steps. And what are you not seeing? Or I kind of want to say they're 2 combined steps. Okay, Winter, take care. I can't handle it. It's not straight. There we go. Winter, take care of your needs. That's that Page of Wands thing. Okay, there's something that's inviting you. There's something that's there. And then the Moon, take note of intuitive messages. That's the Magician, is like in that energy that's going to kind of break you open a little, show you a bit more, include some kinds of vibes of what you didn't expect to be there. Then you're going to be able to intuit a whole lot more of what is truly possible, read between the lines more easily, embrace this kind of maybe spiritual pursuit or spiritual perspective of what you got going on. And then it's going to help unlock even more. Look, your next card is Summer, bask in joy and light. Honestly, I think you guys, I think whatever this Page of Wands is representing for you guys, I think it will have a bit of the, like kind of both the winter and the summer energy in it. It'll help you rest a little, take care of your needs, and it'll also give you a heavy dose of joy and light in your life right now. And just those energies, just being able to experience them for a brief pause, a brief restorative time or experience, that will help you unlock certain things. And then we have, we have High Priestess with harness mystic power. Moon and High Priestess, you've got such a vibe, such an energy going on in your reading. I feel you all just kind of needing to see through the situation. It is High Priestess, so maybe lean much more on the feminine side of who you are, feminine archetypes, feminine ways of dealing with harmful patterns of behavior and fearful situations. Lean so much more on that, but it really feels like we're facing the future with determination to follow a certain path and to follow a certain pattern. And I think you guys just need the time and the space and the energy to be able to sense what that pattern even is for you all. There's something happening when it comes to this mystic power and intuitive. That's for sure. I'm getting 2 more cards. We have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And then we also have honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. This honesty card with the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords very much so feels like set your sights on holding the energy of the vibration of what you would like to occur. It's very much like treat other people like you would like to be treated kind of energy, but it's more than that. It's more like share that in your situation. Other people need your integrity right now. Other people kind of need to see what mode you're behaving in, and they need to kind of visualize a future where you're consistent with that. So this honesty thing feels very important, especially as it relates to Knight of Pentacles archetype and especially the Four of Swords. It's like, how are you supposed to hang up your swords and call a peace if there's no honesty involved? We need to be able to trust each other. We need to be able to know that there's honesty involved. So you lead with that kind of energy, but this self-esteem, I'm getting 2 more cards before I finally call it like I see it. I'm combining the High Priestess, the Moon, and the self-esteem card with your whatever the Page of Wands Magician thing is. And I feel it as if there's something about what you are about to potentially say yes to and do that's going to unlock something like a clue or a key or a download or a mystic sensing inside of you or of the solution, you know, in a way that like kind of like what people say when they do something like plant medicine. It unlocks some blueprints for them that their normal life wouldn't have. You're about to do something that's going to unlock blueprints, let's say. And we have the leader and prosperous overflow. I do like cheetah vibes and cheetah energy. You guys might want to, oh wow, cheetah vibes and cheetah energy definitely do. So I'm giving you work, sorry. You have to do the AI Googling kind of thing, but also if you guys want to, you know, check out cheetah as a spirit animal. There's something about that energy, but the leader and prosperous overflow, I think you need to recognize something that's kind of like a soul challenge or a soul blueprint before being able to move forward. And I think you need to lead with that energy, lean into it like so confidently and so fully. So I almost want to say surrendered, like you surrender to like the energy of who you truly are. Very much like Simba needing to be reminded that he's Mufasa's son and therefore the king. You know, it's like that kind of a vibe of you surrender to this reality of your inner soul wisdom and your inner soul power. You kind of really do know the solution. It's just there's all this, what were we saying? Like the systems of logic, the systems of normal. There's something where it's normal to fear. It's normal to build all that up. It's normal to fear. In your situation, you are doing the abnormal. You are doing the peace and you are leading with it. Your very last card is transitions and it's the number 37 and it says you have all of the inner resources. Oh, come on. Okay, now we're locking it in fully. Inner resources. This is what you're not seeing. You need to do the thing that takes you out of the norm, all of those logic systems and fear systems or whatever, and unlock this kind of inner blueprint, inner key code, inner kind of intuitive messages and mystic power. You have all the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. You definitely have situations. It's kind of funny, this cross whatever bridges. I feel like your situation involves kind of like the troll at the bridge being like, answer these questions 3 and then you'll cross. And you're like, okay, well, this is a challenge and stupid. I just want to cross the bridge. Okay, you know, there's something inside of you that will unlock that, maybe make you very good at riddles. So you'll piss off the troll and get across the bridge. Something like that, you know, but very much so. It's Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, honesty, you know, the more prosperous, healthy, supported way. This prosperous overflow is making me think of your card where it's like, ask Archangel Michael and Raphael for vacuuming away the fear. There's a better way, a more abundant way, a loving, I'm gonna say that feminine thing again, but you know, you do you. There's a better way, okay? So, we're done. I'm finished. Yeah, I just had to check with your guides. How do you guys feel? Group 1. I don't know, this was like hella powerful and yet very simple and right in front of you. So you can let us know in the comments, like and subscribe. Also links, there's the link for the next group tarot. It's on the last Saturday of this month. If you want to read with me and other people, that's what we do. You don't have to be specifically a tarot reader or even very good at it. Just something intuitive, something psychic, something divinatory. We show up and, you know, show up with something you want to be read on, like about your situation or anything like that. Show up with a question. I'll read for you. Other people will read for you. You can read for other people. That's all it is. Head to that link. And then also I have the little book of tarot spreads. And I think then you need to be a tarot reader. Grab the book, grab a deck and explore reality. Okay. Head to that link if you want it. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. Beautiful humans. In group 2, you guys were drawn to this Archangel Michael card. So these are your messages about what you are not seeing. It does say you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who's protecting and guiding you through the situation. And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. What I'm intuiting from this card is trust needs to be there in your situation. I feel you're working very closely with energy. Like I feel as if we're tuning into someone, well, let's just call it an energy, okay, that you want to be close with, you want to get close to. For better or for worse, maybe we're tuning into an energy or a situation in your life where you need to, there's like a requirement to get along or something like that. What I feel like that you're not seeing is I kind of want to say something, the words like, there, okay, where trust can be found, or how to see where it is, or what to do to build it more and to enhance it further. Oh, I like this. Okay, let's get to your tarot cards to see a little bit more about this. It has to do with trust, because there has to be this working closely with this energy. And I'm generalizing by calling it an energy. It can be a single person, it can be multiple people, a group, it can be a company, whatever. But okay, bottom of the, oh, of course you want trust there. The bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. There's this cohabitation, co-creative, co-regulated, like combined alignment kind of vibes and energies. There's just such mirroring involved, and there just needs to be trust there. So let's see how to build that trust. Let's see where it's going to come from. Let's see where it is. We have the Eight of Wands. And I feel like saying the release of limitations and or inhibitions. I don't know, like do that on and you're like, you know, as you see fit. And then we have the Seven of Cups. I kind of need to get all of the cards, but I already know something that wants to be said there. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. There's something about I do this all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna get all the cards, and then I can't get them all before I start talking. There's something about the more that you release the limitations, probably inside your mind, but it feels like also the energy of physical and the expression of desire, the expression of will and willpower, and the expression of wants and requirements and needs. The more you are capable of doing that with yourself, the more you are capable of making these aligned choices that are more powerfully driven through the heart space, and the more you know where you are at in the physical with being able to direct the current and the flow between you and this energy towards something that is a positive build in the material world. Does that make sense? I know this is like, you know, I don't know, I feel like we've heard this pattern a whole lot, but it's easier said than done. And I feel like you're being encouraged to be a whole hell of a lot more nuanced with this and take a whole lot more time. Listen to yourself, listen to each other, take that into account, like be with others who will listen to you as well. You know, therapists, obviously a really good core friend group, family, you know, healthy family, and then also, honestly, AI and chatbots. They're pretty good mirrors. The Eight of Wands just feels like you got limitations inside of, you know, I don't know, just kind of literally aligning with accountability over what you know you need and who you are and what you want. Now it's making me think of, I think her name is Kasia Urbaniak, and I forget the name of her book, but it's about the thing with I'm gonna, oh my God, why can't I say this well? I think because I don't want to gender it. I don't want to make it specific to only women doing this, but her thing is that she noticed how women don't ask for what they want, like at all. It's like a huge social, societal pressure kind of a thing. And like her process is to unlock that. I don't think it's just women. I think there's something going on here. We also have the Chariot, freedom, mobility, freedom. I just keep hearing the word inhibitions, freedom from your inhibitions. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Yeah. Look to the spaces inside of the other person or the other energy that you're dealing with as well. Where are they not fully in alignment and accounting for their own personal constitutions? You know, where are they still like coded in their DNA? Or if it's AI, you're talking, that you need to build trust with AI right now, or is it in the coding of the software? That is just this pattern of they themselves, the energy themselves, don't have that same kind of emotional sensibility. The Chariot card, I love that it's a snail because the Chariot card is Cancer energy. This is water. This is let's immerse ourselves. Let's go there. Let's feel what we feel. Let's be brave and do that. That's the only way we're ever going to know what direction to go in. 7 of Cups is rest easy and let your heart decide. It's an easy choice when we do things like that. It's just this matter of trust will be built through this release of inhibitions and going more toward that pure intention of I want to build this in the physical because I know my heart made this decision, because I know that I released my inhibitions from being aligned, that were in the way of me being aligned with it. The Queen of Cups feels like the key. It feels like become an emotional master, become an emotional expert, and that's what will help you build trust between you and whoever or whatever this energy is. Let's get some more cards. I don't know, it just feels like a whole lot of care. I don't know, like Queen of Cups is water and water. All the queens in tarot are the energy of water, and then the applied energy of whatever, you know, suit they're in. Cups is watery water. It's like there's so much watery energy. You just need to release it. You need to let it flow. That's easier said than done. Emotional sensitizing, emotional intelligence, and emotional navigation, they require safe spaces in order to be able to do that. And I feel like trust will be built if you can incorporate inside of yourself more the availability of a safe space to acknowledge, you know, that kind of stuff, and then do it in this connection. We've got Elder. Oh, and it is Archangel Michael. And Michael does have to do with protection. We need the safe space. Elder is move beyond ancestral patterns. I don't know, there's something that you all have been doing for a very long time, or it's just, you know, the ancestral pattern of humanity to lock away how we feel and to call that a day and better with business, you know, or whatever. Then we can do all manner of atrocities on each other, including decimate a population. This is the Aboriginal card in this deck for, you know, Australia. Yeah. There's something about how we need to take accountability of these kinds of things. We also have Winter. This came out for group 1 as well. Winter, take care of your needs. Wow. Just these 2 cards together just summarize the whole entire thing about what you are not seeing in your situation. One of the things is there's a pattern of behavior inside of you, archetyped inside of culture as a whole, inside of the energy of your connection. It's kind of like, I'm hearing the words compact contract, where everything is like condensed and it's not allowed to openly flow. Therefore, nobody's needs are accurately being taken care of just yet. We have Air Guardian with Shift Your Perception. When I first got this deck, this card was the one that always came out for me, so she haunts me. I'm like, I'm trying to shift my perception. Shut up. But this 8 of Wands is just showing like this person okay, hold on. This 8 of Wands is showing this person basically taking flight through innovation and ingenuity. And then once they get up into the clouds, you know, once they have a clearer mind, a clearer head about certain things, then they can listen to and acknowledge the flow of their heart space a whole lot more. Your last of these cards is Lord, take charge with authority. I want to ask if somebody in your situation is an Aries or has strong Aries placements, because I feel like we're dealing with the vibe of firepower coming to the defense of, you know, the watery water. Does that make sense? It's like firepower coming to the defense of the innovation of the emotional heart space in your situation. Like someone needs to, I don't know, don't be afraid to have a bit of a fight or to have a little bit of an anger expression or an explosion in your situation. It's anything to do with releasing inhibitions, I know is going to help the trust being built. And if it's anger, if you're freaking out, there's something about just express it, because it's going to elevate you. It's going to shift your perception. It's going to move beyond the ancestral patterns. It's going to place you up in the clouds where you're feeling safe. The more you do that, the more the other involved in your energy field is going to do that as well. We have failure. Wow. Okay. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I feel you all might be hesitating on that releasing inhibitions. Even I, as your tarot reader, when I was channeling that statement first, I hesitated because I was like, you know, have caution. Like inhibitions are there for a reason. I think that you guys have more than enough, you know, casual experiences of, you know, how not doing this has served you better, you know? I don't know. Like maybe had you feeling more protected, or maybe it actively did protect you more. In your experience right now, you need to enhance trust. So in your experience right now, it's like, let's work through our fears that we have surrounding, will the past repeat itself? When I expressed myself, when I got angry with a person before, it did not go well. I was accused of being a horrible person, you know, stuff like that. It's like, let's work with this. Let's deal with this. And then we have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. This is interesting because we have the air guardian. We don't have, okay, hold on. Tarot geeking out a little bit. We don't have any swords cards. I feel like I'm supposed to say this. Your guides are encouraging me to say this. A really long time ago, at this point, I developed, I needed to categorize what it was that I was doing. Like I developed an emotional meditation for myself because I knew innately or intuitively, hold on, I have to cough, that I needed to feel my feelings fully. I had learned enough that gave me, like I learned enough through the spiritual community and the things that I had read and stuff like that, that's a healthy thing to do. And it gave me permission, also therapy, you know, but also I knew that, like, I just always knew intuitively that what I feel is not wrong, you know, like I need to feel it. So then what I do is this emotions meditation where I create a safe space and I put my mind on hold. My mind is there, but I assign my thoughts. I assign my beautiful brain to come up with this concept of what the emotion is wanting, what it is telling me, what it is needing. Honestly, I hold my hand like this. I'm not even joking. Like mind, thoughts, I'm going to let my body fully feel this feeling. You put in my hand right here what it's telling me. For some reason, I feel like that's what I was supposed to get out. Your guys really wanted me to say something like that because it's not as if the mind leaves when we're feeling our feelings. It's just sort of the mind needs to be like assigned a task. Otherwise, at least before, I don't know. Otherwise, I feel like if I'm just willy-nilly not meditating on my emotions like that, my mind will freak the fuck out and just plague me with anxiety and worry. Okay, your next two cards, we have the Pathfinder. That's the ideal, that's the objective. I like in this card how it almost looks like she is the mountain. This feels really important. And again, there's this antlered elk and then these antlers and take charge with authority. There's something about you can lead the way with this because, like I said, with the Two of Cups on the bottom of your deck, for your reading, group 2, there's a lot of mirroring going on. And it's sort of like, if you do this, the other will do this as well. It's a very simple concept of cooperation, co-regulation, collaboration. And then we have receiving mode. That's too cool. It's like you set the course toward this. You find it. This is what you are not seeing. You go ahead and you find it and you figure out how, I just told you my emotions meditation. You figure out how you want to do it. You figure out how it applies best to your situation, group 2. And then I really feel as if then you can start to open up to the receiving mode. Because I'm sorry, I was getting your last card. Because there's something about how you're building trust. And trust is literally a two-way street, you know? Trust happens it's not just one-sided. So it's like you do this and then open up to receive it as well. Your very last card, what? This was the same card for group 1. How interesting. Okay, you guys have 2 repeats, the winter and the transitions. It says, you have all of the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. I mean, it takes literally nothing, no training to do the emotions meditation that I just said. You feel your feelings. I mean, it takes a safe space and it takes mental ability, you know? And then otherwise it just takes the trust inside of ourselves to feel what we feel. And to align with that mattering a whole lot more and making sense to us. That's it, okay? I feel like this was so big. I feel like Your reading was so big, but we're finished. Your guides and I. It's just, you know, how to find trust. Where is it already? Find it inside of you, and then build the path so that somebody else outside of you, or the energy outside of you, can mirror it right back at you. And there we go. Now we can get along. Now we got trust. Okay. How do you feel about this? This felt like a very simple concept, but we had to get a little bit more detailed. But, you know, let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Check out the links in the description of this video. Oh my god, I just blanked. Anytime I have to tell you guys about the links, I'm very bad at selling things, but I have good things. I have a book, an ebook. Grab a deck, grab the little book of tarot spreads, and explore reality, okay? That's that. If you want to buy it, buy it. And the other thing is, it's coming up soon. That's why I'm bringing it up. There's my group tarot that I host. It's a Zoom session on the last Saturday of every month. You don't have to be a tarot reader necessarily. It's just, you know, intuition, psychicness, any kind of divination tool. If you're only into oracle decks, that's cool. You don't even have to be an expert, but we show up and we read for each other. Very simple concept. I read for you, you read for me, other people read for you, you read for other people. That's it. If you wanna go there, sign up. Do it if you want. Okay. Otherwise, I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free, and we are also all connected, always, at the exact same time. I love you. Beautiful humans in group 3, you all were drawn to this Sacral Chakra card. These are your messages about what you are not seeing right now. The Sacral Chakra card, it says a lot of words. I just want to tell you what I'm immediately intuiting about your card, and then get straight to the tarot, because I feel like it's like a lot of lightness, a lot of joy, a lot of lighthearted good times with friends and family. There's something coming, maybe something for you to pursue that's like that, so lean into it. But also it feels like it has a lot to do with your sensitivity to the energies of other people involved. And I think that your reading is going to be about what that sensitivity means, what you're supposed to do with it. But a lot of words on your card, it says you are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. Honestly, I feel like there's something of a vibe of, if you guys are not, you know, fully committed to psychic attunement, and you rely on people like me to do it for you, there's something about how what you're not seeing is how far psychic attunement can go, even when we're not fully conscious of it or fully aware of it. I don't know, it just feels like you're about to have some kind of a brain fog lifted about what is truly possible when it comes to energy shared between you and other people, and also I feel like what you can do with it. That's what you're not seeing. Let's get to your tarot. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords, and there's your situation is dealing with something that a lot of humanity considers pretty toxic. Wow, the more I dig into the bottom, you've got a lot going on where it could be so positive and yet it isn't. Like, why are we doing this to each other? Why are we doing these kinds of behavioral patterns that don't have us like fully getting along or thriving? Why can't we just, you know, everything that I tuned into with your card instinctively right away was good times. Why can't we just get along? There's something, okay, let's see your tarot cards. There's something about what's building your situation where you do need to see through the toxic, and you do need to be aware of when you truly are and how that is occurring, and then from there take action on it. This might be hard to do because it's nuanced and it's a little less than the material world science that we got going on right now. It's a little bit more of play around with this. See what you can show to yourself. This is a self-science. It's making me think of the dude, I can't remember his name. He's a guy who has done a lot of citizen science on mushrooms. He's pretty famous right now. He's in a lot of mushroom documentaries and fungi and stuff like that. But he's a dude who just took it on himself because he was curious about, like, you know, plant medicine and mushrooms just in general and their healing benefits and stuff like that. And then he took it on himself to just like study and learn. It feels like that's what you're not seeing in this situation, is this is a thing that you're going to need to, or you kind of have to take it on yourself to study and learn, because I don't know, science doesn't back it up maybe, or something like that. That feels a little too simple, a little too easy to say science doesn't back it up. It probably does. It's just something about like, don't be afraid to go ahead and, I'm hearing the words do no harm. Like it will do you no harm to explore what's possible in the sensitivities, in the energy field, you know? It'll do you no harm, and it'll do others a whole world of good. Okay, let's get to your tarot. We have the Hanged Man. Wow, okay, I'm gonna repeat this. I feel as if you definitely are waiting on like kind of an ideal or perfect future in your situation. And you know that you can hold the energy for it. You know that you can hold space for it even. But I am gonna say, I just had a conversation with one of my friends who she pointed out how validating and reaffirming and confirming the Hanged Man is when it comes out. It shows us that there's something super authentic, super accurate, super right about where we are in the current moment. Regardless of the outside of ourselves, the Hangman comes out when there's just such purity of intention and authenticity and truth going on. We also have the Ace of Wands, and I feel as if you guys you're holding the energy of some kind of a bright new fresh start or a fresh idea, like literally opening the page or opening the cover on a whole new chapter, a whole new way of doing things. We also have the Three of Pentacles. There's just something about how you need other people to be on board. You need other people to co-work with you on this. It's not something that you can do alone. Like, can we really have a relationship in a vacuum? And I guess it's a relationship with the nothingness. Ooh. Okay, anyway, I can go a little too deep in my thoughts existentially, but regardless, the Three of Pentacles and your Sacral Chakra card, you're just kind of, I just heard the words blurring the boundaries between us and them a whole lot more would suit you right now, would benefit you energetically if you pursued that course of action. I channeled all those words. Let's get to your last two tarot cards. Wow. Oh my God. Okay, Temperance, I want to say, is the ultimate, to me, as a tarot reader, the ultimate citizen science card. You're going to learn something by living through it and taking action on it. You learn through experience. You learn because reality shows you whether or not you're right or wrong, or it worked, or you need to go back to the drawing board, or you need to improve on the design slightly. That's Temperance energy. Let's do a bit of patience. Let's do a bit of balance while we are expanding into the future curiously and with a whole lot of mental clarity and awareness. It is also talking about balancing opposites like fire and water and combining those two things perfectly. That's what you're doing right now. And I think that you are so much more highly skilled at this labor than what you are aware of, or even what you are giving yourselves credit for. You all, group 3, are definitely the kind of like spiritual and or consciousness awakening, rising kind of a thing. You guys are like the stereotype of the little witch or wizard who one day discovers they have powers. You know, like literally, if you don't already know this, you know, this is a reading, be like, yo, you're not seeing how much you can do here, energetically speaking. And then if you are aware of energetics and things like that, this is like, do lean into it more, do process your emotions even more and see what that does in your situation, especially when there's a significant co-creative partnership, collaboration energy that's almost like required here to bring about these positive times. Maybe that's why the first card, I was channeling the words like lean into it, lean into that possibility in that future. Oh my gosh, look at your last of the tarot cards. I have more cards. It's the Page of Pentacles, and this is such a pure-hearted representation of, I would like to build something new. I would like to put something new in the garden, and I would like to experiment with it and innovate and care for it. I might not know how to do all of those things just yet, but I'm gonna learn very passionately along the way. I also think of the Page of Pentacles as kind of like the brainstorming, like have a session, a group session with the whiteboard kind of energy of like, let's just come up with some ideas here and see what we can work on, see what we can take on right away and take hold. But again, this card in this deck, it just looks so pure. And I think that's what you're kind of meant to do in your situation. It's very, there's pink floral. What is it about you guys? Because pink flower, there are pink flowers all over your sacral chakra card. Temperance is showing pink flowers, and then this pink flower. What is it about pink and flower? And if you guys are gardeners and you know what kind of flowers these are, then my God, give it a, you know, plant totem Google, like whatever. I could look in the book, but I don't want to. I'm a little bit sick. I've been a little bit sick for the last week, and that makes me so, like, I would say lazy, but boundary setting. Like, I am doing no more labor than I need to. There's something about this to explore in a pure essence kind of a way. We have White Witch with Be the Light, and that feels like there's something that's possible here, metaphysically speaking, energetic, science-y kind of a thing. You have the potential to catalyze this and then create this despite the awfulness maybe of other people's behavior in your situation, especially if it's like familial or group that we're dealing with, even workplace. It's like we could have such a positive work environment if we just, you know, I'm going to show you the Seven of Swords again. If we just stopped doing these kinds of manipulative power play, like, you know, talking behind each other's back and like doing that kind of office gossipy thing. There's so much, and when I dig in the bottom of the deck, there's so much of like your energy trying to work on this and trying to push through and just be like, please, can we, oh my gosh, I'll stop digging, but I keep seeing like positives and negatives in your cards. Like you're working on it and then you hit a wall. You're working on it and then you hit a wall. Still be the light. The fact that the card is the White Witch lets me know of, like, you got a whole lot more manifestation power and potential. Oh my God, I did say you were a little wizard or a witch who is discovering you had power. It's wise as well. It's very wise power. It's a very wise gift. Even if it isn't communally, you know, known or supported. There's a reason why witches were burned, and they're very bad reasons. And we're all rediscovering our little inner witch and warlock and things like that. You got a little bit of something that's coming through. We got Direction Guardian with Choose Your Path. There is such direct confirmation in your cards of, again, you know, you've already chosen this path. I think you might be like doubting that it's even possible. Like, I don't know, I am a person who can perpetually see how, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Do you ever get into that kind of a mental space where you're just like, maybe that person is just pure evil? It feels as if you might be dealing with something that is so hard that you might just be like, maybe there's no hope. Kind of a vibe. I was about to say that I'm a person who has a really hard time ever reaching that conclusion. And it has its faults. To have that kind of a mindset in life, you know, I have my faults. But this Direction Guardian and Choose Your Path, I know you all, group 3, have already chosen this kind of let's do something well together kind of a path. Just stick with it. Don't conclude things before you have fully exercised the full capacity and grasp of your power. Traveler, move in a new direction. That is so interesting that you've got Direction Guardian and you have Traveler. Everything in your tarot is expressing how you do hold a lot of power and consistency in your energetic field. But again, this Page of Pentacles and this Innocent and this Ace of Wands, there's something new that you can do here. And the dress that she is wearing is pink. Pink vibes all over the place. Pink. Okay. Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. That is the idea. That is the objective. That is the power that you hold, energetically speaking. It is an exceptional thing in your situation right now to be as sensitive as you are, like your sacral chakra card is saying. Obviously avoid the toxic, obviously, you know, pay attention to that, but it feels as if being sensitive isn't just necessarily a victimhood in your situation. In fact, it is straight up a power. And you're supposed to embrace learning about your power. You're supposed to literally embrace learning the potential there. What can you do in a toxic, manipulative kind of working kind of a situation? What can you do when family members just like aren't getting it, that we can have fun and love each other, you know? What can you do energetically by being as sensitive as you are? Oh, wow. I got 4 cards. That's weird. I only intended to do 2 of these cards, though. You guys get love again. Heart guardian with love and let yourself be loved, and love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Well, I mean, I just said the thing about the evil. I'm pretty aligned with this card and I can't help it. For better or for worse, for right or for wrong. I feel you guys doing likewise as well, and you know, just keep on keeping on with that. And empathy. Jeez, look at how similar these cards are with the colors. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Here is something intriguing that I think is, you guys are very deep and metaphysical and powerfully magical. And I also am hearing the words powerfully magnetic, although you don't know it yet. These 2 cards put together, it's like, yes, do commit to your direction. Keep going with that love and opening up to it and staying open. There's something to do with the temperance energy. There's something to do with the fact that we brought up what could be considered pure evil. There's something to do with both sides of a situation. I don't know. It's like love is the path to take, even if you're dealing with someone who is very profoundly like harsh to deal with, or maybe even like, I don't want to channel this, but like moderately dangerous or something like that. If you're still impacted by them, if your world is still connected to them, then it feels like commitment to this understanding, commitment to this energetic learning, commitment to this journey through the mode of whatever we got going on with your empathetic, energetic, sensitive powers. That's going to take you somewhere new. We have self-esteem. Here we go. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. At this point in our human reality timeline, we are calling these kinds of gifts, you know, magic. Hold on, I got a cough. See, I told you I was slightly sick. Don't push me too hard. This gifts of the soul. We're calling it spirituality. We're calling it witchcraft. Burn it. We're calling it like, you know, magic. And yet, for you guys, I really feel as if there's something like sincere about this. It's not to be taken lightly or kind of trifled with or dismissed. Your last of these cards, humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Honestly, in your cards at this point, I feel quite a lot of pressure being put on you in your sensitivity and in your capacity. And in the volume for which you can hold that in your present life and in your current situation. I'm hearing the words hallmark that and don't discount it. I don't know. I think a lot of people might judge your desire to focus on the lighter side, your desire to be open to seeing both sides and be empathetic, your desire to commit to a pattern of love. I think that other people might just, you know, dismiss you or consider you stupidly vulnerable or idealistic or just an idiot. No. What you are not seeing is kind of, it's holding an enormous power. Would you like to explore more of it? Would you like to hold it to a higher regard inside of you? And kind of like, you know, again, avoid the things that would be toxic and telling you otherwise. And would you like to just experiment with it more, see what you can do? Right as we're saying this, we have the word rooted in this card coming out. I feel like getting out in nature and exploring this ability with beings of the wild. You know, us humans, we constantly engineer our world to forget that we are a part of a living matrix and a living network that's kind of, again, outside of us, but it is us. It's just something about potentially you might want to explore and exercise this commitment to these kinds of patterns, like out in nature. I did mention the mushroom guy, right? I wish I could remember his name. I think he had a famous brother. You guys can leave it, if you guys know who I'm talking about, you guys can leave it in the comments for us if you want to, but otherwise, you know, whatever. Give it a Google. I'm thinking about him and the documentary that I watched featuring him, and I'm also thinking about Teal Swan and a recent short that was posted on YouTube of her saying that like if aliens came to the planet and wanted to speak to the most advanced life form on the planet, they wouldn't speak to humans, they would speak to fungus. And like, because funguses are so connected. That's what this word rooted is making me feel like. And that's what your science is dealing with, your abilities, your gifts. So connected that there is so much intelligence in it that like aliens would go to talk to the mushrooms instead of humans. And then we have the cattle. Oh God, I'm blown away by you guys. Okay. Sorry, like my energy, I was like, oh my God, I love them so much. You, like I'm so excited about what's possible here. I can be very geeky about these things if you can't tell. You are the catalyst. How do you feel about that? How aligned are you with that kind of a concept of your powers and your abilities and your gifts? This catalyst card is going right over the temperance energy. Let's see, catalyst, alchemizer, stable engineer of the future in whatever form that looks like. In the age of Aquarius, everybody and everything is just gonna get bigger, brighter, wilder, weirder, and we're not gonna be able to contain it. So how about you be a part of that? And then your very last card, and oddly it was in reverse, which that never happens. Perspective. A calm and clear mind is free to see differently. I think it's very significant that like so many of your cards are so like bright and colorful, and then this last card has like a bit of like a calm, like gray kind of energy. And again, there's the energy of your very first card of you might be in a situation surrounded by, and the bottom of the deck, as I kept digging into it, you might be in a situation, group 3, where you're surrounded by a bunch of people who just are the gray mist and the gray fog. And so then you like what you're not seeing is to commit to your pattern, hold it bravely, pursue it more, and to see what is to come and clear away the fog, be the beacon, be the lighthouse, see your own potential through this exchange and this occurrence and these circumstances, these events you've got going on in your life. And just, again, see your sensitivities from a different perspective and then see what you can do with them. Learn to harness your gifts and your powers. Group 3, but okay. We're done. Your guides, I just checked with your guides. Your guides and I are through. We're finished. How do you feel? Good? If this reading has helped, like and subscribe. Also, let us know in the comments. I have 2 links. One, it's coming up on the last Saturday of this month, is to the next group tarot. If you are a tarot reader or you like to read any kind of, you have powers, okay? If it's anything associated with divination and you want to hang out with other readers and read for each other, that's what we do. It's like Tarot Friends, Tarot Time, Tarot Therapy. It's cheap. It's $11. When we get together over Zoom, we read for each other. If you want to do that, head to the link and sign up. And then the other link is for my little book of tarot spreads ebook. If you want it, I always fuck it up. Buy it if you want it. I created over 100 spreads for us to use. So get it if you want it, okay? Sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected always at the exact same time. I love you. My beautiful humans, in group 4, you all were drawn to this crown chakra card, and these are your messages about what you are not seeing right now. And I do have to say, I'm very strongly drawn to the imagery on this card and the fact that there's that glowing orb inside this temple. Okay, I feel like part of what I'm supposed to read the words. Hold on. It says, pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. What I feel like, hold on, this is complex for some reason, but what is going on? Hold on. I think I'm channeling a little bit of your nerves or nervousness, and it's blocking up my channel. It's blocking up my ability to like say words as clearly as I have acclimated to doing for you guys. What I think is going on is you guys have developed yourselves, your persona, your authenticity, a project, something that you've developed it in some form of seclusion and privacy and protection mode and sacred space kind of energy. And you're allowing it, like this floating island, you're allowing it to kind of trickle out and trickle down in smaller little ways. What I feel like that you're not seeing is it's time to kind of release almost the chokehold that you might have on thinking that you need that kind of, self-motivation to temple and seclude right now, because I think that it's about bringing your light to the world, maybe doing a little bit of traveling. I'm feeling the vibes of I think it's called a Rumspringa. Maybe it's called a different word. It's when the Amish, like, it's a tradition with Amish communities to, like, when you reach a certain age, you go out into the world and you explore. And then if you want to, you come back and you live as an Amish person. But if you see parts of the outer world that you like and that like you back, then you stay in the outer world, kind of a vibe. I think you're supposed to get out there. I think it's something where the next phase of your journey is literally a journey. I'm also thinking about how much travel I did in my 20s. I did a lot of travel, and it was a lot of kind of backpacker style travel, and I met so many people. It was such a bright and beautiful way to exchange, like, with people who you'd never meet otherwise, and it was so, like, quick and easy to, like, form intimate bonds, because you only have a few days that you're going to be in the same place at the same time. Feels like you're supposed to experience a whole lot more of that kind of energy in your world and in your life right now, and you might not be seeing that. You might be seeing that the seclusion has granted you the gifts that you have to offer right now. And yet it's like, let's get out there and it's like the world wants more of you in that kind of a way, or in that kind of a form. Let's see what your tarot has to say. What? The bottom of the deck is the Hierophant energy. You are either a gifted learner or a gifted teacher, or sincerely, I don't think it really matters. They're one and the same when it comes down to it, doesn't it? And it does feel as if you have brought yourself to a position. What is this? Is this? Ooh. You have brought yourself to a position so that you could hear, so that you could advance, so that you could get by or get along, so that you could learn and, I don't know, decode your reality. I'm hearing the words convince and subsist, but those feel like they're for a specific few of you. But basically, there's something about, here we go, let's charge ourselves up. We need to kind of leave the floating island and the light. You guys are the light inside the temple, and we need to kind of release ourselves from, like, what is now becoming almost a chokehold of the temple. Okay, we have what? King of Wands. Damn, that's big. Bang the drum, fire, charge up kind of energy. It's like, be larger. Easier said than done, but, like, be larger, like, almost like there's this vibe of don't allow that anything can hold you right now. You're meant to burn brightly and burn greater and see more and do more, express yourselves further. Oh my God. And we have another king. We have the King of Pentacles. I feel like this journey is either like a guarantee from the universe right now that it will be, like, supported. I'm hearing the word subsidized, or committed to a pattern of, like, holding you well in it. Like, you will be gracefully or graciously supported to be able to, get out in the world in whatever we're talking about doing, okay? We might be talking about finally putting yourself on social media, and that's your way of getting out in the world. Dude, I mean, I might have traveled in my 20s, but now I have this YouTube channel and I host the group tarot every month. And do you guys have any idea how many beautiful people I've met just by doing that? Like, I have just this YouTube channel and I have met so many of you, and I have so many friends, quality friends, by doing that. It's just like, let's help you be a little bit bigger, a little bit brighter, and you will be financially supported in doing that. We also have the 9 of Wands, and this might be why you might be hesitating. It's because it's been such a hard road or a long journey of commitment just to see, I almost want to say, the bare minimum of the fruits of your labor thus far. And we also have the Emperor. Dude, there is such strong financial commitment and financial energy coming through in your reading. at this point, and this is what you're not seeing, is that like the financial backing will be there. Like the universe will back you up and commit to you and partner up with you in certain kinds of ways to ensure that your light can shine brighter. Then we have the Page of Swords, and it's just like, I'm hearing the words figure it out, discuss, explore, transcend these barriers and these boundaries through something like talking with people, learning a bit more, doing using AI, doing a whole lot more with like search engines or something like that. See what you can do when it comes to discovering more information about where you're headed, where you need to go, how you can get there. I dropped a card. It's giving me the vibes of exploring different kinds of pursuits of travel options. Okay, again, I have my two examples. I have my in my 20s and I have now. Okay, in my 20s it was, you know, backpacking. If I backpack, it's cheaper and I can go farther. Sometimes it's a bit scary, dirty, and tiring. So sometimes I want more expensive travel. It's just like, you know, discover what you can do, discover your options that are out there. Get with a chat bot. They come up with so many good things. I had a whole conversation with DeepSeek the other day about how I can travel to the next place that I want to go to. Yeah, and then now the example would be, I suppose, like I chose YouTube and I chose pick a card readings. But how many, you know, bountiful options are there on the internet for me to express these gifts and to shine my light? You know, I chose YouTube. What is out there? It's just like, test it out. See what one will support you the most. I think that might be why I chose YouTube, is because it has, I mean, TikTok is another good one, I think, for like, you know, backing you up financially for being a content creator. Something like that. It's just like discover things. We have the White Witch with this one came out for group 3, but this is like so much more monumentally significant because look at those 3 words. I can almost not bring myself to say them because I'm like, you guys, this is synchronous as fuck. Be the light. You are the light in this crown chakra card. You are the light that is in a temple, and it's like, you are the light. Show us. We like you. We want more of you. We love what you do. Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. I believe that you have already done that, and I think very much so this reading is pointing you to take time, you know, to reflect on what your opportunities and your options are here moving forward, but also I feel like there's that energy of what I brought up about the Amish, you know, walkabout. Maybe, no, that's something different. That's Aboriginal and that's definitely different. But regardless, there's something about like, I want to see myself in the world around me, and I want to see the world around me in me. There's something about that here. We also have Direction Guardian with choose your path. And then we have High Priest with intend and create. That's everything about what we're talking about what you're not seeing. Like I said, with the Page of Swords, choose your path, explore what your options are, intend to express your light, intend to do that, intend this kind of a journey, and then create from there and see what's possible. For quite a few of you, we are legitimately talking about your business that you've been working on, the logistics of behind the scenes. And then we're talking about like what tools are available or possible for you to actualize it and to create it. I've been talking with ChatGPT about a potential platform for like a couple weeks now. And then I just heard of this app and I knew it was right around the corner, but it's here. It's called Replit. And it's an app where you can just like chat bot describe your concept, and the app will create an app for you or a website or a game or whatever you're describing just based on the words. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm super excited about it. It's just like there are so many options out there. All you have to do is just kind of choose and, you know, express and explore. We also have Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Again, I just kept channeling that word chokehold. You've been doing something for a long period of time and it has outgrown its wisdom or its comfort. Or availability for you. It's kind of like the energy of, well, you've learned all you can from me, you know, get out of the classroom. We're done here. You graduated, you know, kind of a vibe. And then we got this new beginning, and then we have empathy. I am open to see. You guys have 3 cards now that were in group 3. So just wanna maybe, I don't know, it's totally different vibe, totally different energy in group 3, but I don't know, it's like a little bit, it's hugely significant. But it says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. And that's the idea, again, seconding that energy of the mirror guardian and Amish, let's explore. I want to see people outside of me, and I want to see how they are, true to what's inside of me, kind of a vibe. I want to go on that kind of exploratory journey of learning a whole lot more. We also have the orchestrator. Wow. It's time to construct something. That's for sure. It is definitely time to construct something, and it's going to be a journey, and it's going to show a whole lot more of you, more openly, more publicly, and more collaboratively, constructively, co-creatively. And then we have the storyteller. This is interesting because I feel like I'm hearing the words you are going to be magnetic because of the stories that you hold and that you will hold. In a lot of ways, with social media, you all might be wanting to consider doing posts that are in alignment with the kind of storytelling narrative. Like, this is my morning routine, or like whatever, I don't know, like the storytelling narrative, maybe more so than what you had considered previously. Like, other people will want to somewhat watch your habits or your daily life or your routines in some kinds of ways. But also, I feel like there's such an energy of you have to commit to experiencing the world in order to have stories to tell further. And I also know that you guys have learned a whole lot. The Hierophant on the bottom of the deck, you guys have learned, you hold stories inside of you, that's for sure. You hold stories already inside of you. So let's do this. Let's orchestrate something. Let's compose something to have you be able to express this further, okay? And your last card is home. Wow, okay. May your body be where a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. And I find it so interesting because, again, with your crown chakra card, there's that light that is you, the white witch, be the light. And we're telling you, to release the energy of being in your sacred cave, your sacred space, get out of the temple. There's such a vibe in your cards of, get out of the home space in certain kinds of ways. And your very last card that wants to come out is showing you that home is different maybe than just the physical structure of what we would call a house or an apartment or a cabin or something like that. Home is you. Home is your body. Home is your structure. Look at how joyful she is. And she's having an experience outdoors. She's out there and her light is shining even more. It's just beaming off of her face. This is so giving me the vibes of you need to experience something and let that take hold inside of you and then have a story to tell about it. There's a whole lot more pleasure that's meant to come to you, and you're supposed to delight other people's worlds as well in the very near future. It's just, take your time, do all of the things that we're saying in this reading, and then just kind of commit to seeing how. I used to say this when I was traveling a lot. I would call wherever I was staying that night home, and I said it jokingly. It was usually like hostels or camping places, and I would be like, yeah, let's go home now. And it was just like it was so liberating to have everything that I needed in the moment just on my back, in my backpack. That's what this is feeling like, And also, the last message that wants to come through, I think, from your guides is, the world provides. Nature will be there to support you in ways that you might not realize just yet. Like, like I just mentioned that app, or it's not an app. It's also a website, Replit. I feel like I'm giving them an advertisement, but still, I think it's so cool. And I was just waiting for something like that helpful and easy to come along because I have so many ideas, and all I need are my ideas now. That's the exciting thing about an app that can create a whole website just from your thoughts. Like, oh my God, I don't need anything but me? Like, it's just so exciting. And I know you guys have that energy. I know you guys have that vibe. Here we go. I'm super excited to witness and to meet the grandiosity of where your light will take you guys. Group 3, 4. Wow, definitely maybe look at group 3. I don't know why. But okay. That's it. That's what your guides and I have for you. How do you feel? You can let us know in the comments. Also do the things for YouTube, like and subscribe. And then 2 links in the description of this video. There's a group tarot. If you want to join up, it's on the last Saturday of this month. We read together. Any kind of divination tool, anything. We just read for each other, you know? Super safe space, meet some tarot friends, hang out publicly. But then also, if you guys want my little book of tarot spreads, it's an ebook. There's a link for that. You can purchase it. I created over 100 spreads in that book for you to use to explore reality with. So grab a deck, grab the book, get to work. Okay, that's it. Otherwise, I'm done. I'm sending you on your way. Please remember, we are all free and we are also all connected, always at the exact same time. I love you. Hello again, pretty people. These are the decks that I used in this reading, just in case you guys were curious, and I'm putting them out on the table here in the order that I brought them out during each of your readings, so you can keep track. But then I did this, and then I finished every reading off with a card from this deck. But okay, love you guys.